Hey guys, Drew Brantley here with the Independent Sponsor Update. Welcome back to another edition brought to you by Frisch Capital Partners, where we help independent sponsors put together the capital that they need to purchase the companies that they want to buy. So today, let's talk about who can become an independent sponsor, or who can be an independent sponsor. You know, we get this question, a lot of people that don't know the industry that we're in, or that are thinking about buying a company and kind of want to understand more. So Bob, from your standpoint, who can be an independent sponsor?
That's a really good question, Drew. And having done this for over 20 years, just about anybody can become an independent sponsor. As long as they have the rights to buy the company, they have the letter of intent, or they're about to get the letter of intent, and the sellers are selling the company to them, then they're an independent sponsor. So just about anybody can become an independent sponsor.
Okay, so anybody can be an independent sponsor. You've been helping independent sponsors raise capital for over 20 years. You've been in the industry, finance industry, for over 40 years. So you've seen a lot of people do this. Who are the types of people that typically become independent sponsors? What experience do they have? What backgrounds do they have? How would you kind of categorize the folks that become independent sponsors?
Well, there are probably a few different categories. One is probably an industry executive who has the ability to know a good company, to run a company, knows the industry. Those guys are very good independent sponsors for obvious reasons. The seller of the company relates to them very well. They speak the same language of whatever that company is all about. So industry executives are probably one of the top ones that come in. Now that doesn't mean he has to be the CEO, and it might be the manager, it might be somebody that's at a lower level but understands the industry. That's one.
Okay.
Second one, if you want me to continue, would be a finance professional. Finance professionals, be it a banker, be it someone out of a private equity fund that has worked at a private equity shop before that, somebody that understands finance and how the numbers work. Those are often independent sponsors. They don't have to be industry executives. They might have done a deal in that industry, or maybe they haven't. Those are probably the second most group that becomes an independent sponsor.
And then what about entrepreneurs or people that have done turnarounds? Can they become independent sponsors as well?
Absolutely. Entrepreneurs are probably very good at this. 95 or even higher probably percentage of companies in the United States are private. So most of the companies that are being sold are private companies. Entrepreneurs have generally run a company already. It may not be in the industry they're buying, but they're very familiar about the operations, about the expenses, about the sales, cost of goods sold. They understand everything about a company and how it works. So those are excellent guys to go out and buy. Turnaround specialists also know how to really run a company. And if a company gets in trouble, then they know how to actually bring tremendous expertise to the table in order to bring that company back to health again. So they're very good as well.
Absolutely. And I'd probably throw one more in there, which is people that have expertise in a specific area. So for example, marketing experts or logistics or operations experts. And so a company they're going to buy might be deficient in that area, and they're going to bring value to the transaction because they know, well, I can fix or enhance this part of the company and grow it exponentially.
Absolutely. We deal with a lot of independent sponsors that have that expertise they're bringing to an equation where they found a company, or they're being offered a company by sellers that are deficient, as you pointed out, in that area, and they bring that expertise to complement and to grow the company. So those are very valuable independent sponsors. But before we leave this topic, and while those are 3, 4, 5 different categories, the most important thing an independent sponsor has is the ability to buy the company.
Gotcha. So that's really what defines an independent sponsor.
Without a doubt. The next door neighbor may be selling his company that makes window frames or door frames or kitchen cabinets. Now, you may not know how to run a kitchen cabinet company. However, you have the opportunity to purchase the company. That's probably the number one thing.
Gotcha. All right. So there you have it, guys. Anybody can become an independent sponsor if you have the ability to purchase a company. and gave some great examples of categories of people historically that have done it, but you don't have to be limited to those. So if you're interested in learning more about Frisch Capital and what they do to assist independent sponsors, check them out at frischcapital.com, Frisch.com, and also check out additional episodes of the Independent Sponsor Update where you can learn more about the tips and techniques and things to enhance your ability to be successful as an independent sponsor. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks, Bob.
Thanks, Drew.